What's up, guys? It's your boy Darkskin, and today we're going to be going over episode 56 of Boruto: The Next Generation. Now, I've been waiting for this this episode a little bit. Now, I haven't caught all the way up. Like, I think I'm on. Like, I've seen like episode all the way up to episode 11, and then like probably like episode 40 and above. So I'm still trying to catch up that in between stuff, but that stuff's not too important, so I'm not really worried about it. But anyways. Episode 56. So, you know, the Chunin exams are about to start. You have Boruto going out the house. He already has the ninja tool on his arm at this point in time. You know, and then so they go to the place to, you know, start the Chunin exam. Then they're like, hey, you know, Chunin exam's gonna start at this time. You know, be there. So then they Boruto and Sarada, they go out to eat. They go out to eat. Now, I don't know why, but every single like known group was at the place. It was like a burger joint or whatever. You had the triplets, the water triplets, whatever they're called or whatever. You had you know, the sand kids and everything like that. So, you know, Boruto and Sarada are sitting there chilling, they're eating, and then the Cloud Ninjas show up. Now, if you guys don't know about the Cloud Ninja, that the like ringleader one, right? I have some speculations that he's Killer Bee's kid. Now, I don't really know because you know, we don't really have any facts on it. But he got the same hair as Killer Bee. He got the swords. He got two. He rocks like 2 of them. So he doesn't have all 7 like Killer Bee does. But I don't know, man. I'm telling y'all, Killer Bee and Samoy, they got together. They got together. They had them a kid or something, or he might be under Killer Bee or whatever. But anyways, so they walk in with him and his squad, and he stops at Boruto's table like, "Hey, y'all got 2 people, we got 3 people. I'm gonna need you to run them seats." So that happens, and then Boruto's just like, "What you mean, run?" You know what I'm saying? "What you mean you want these seats?" And it was like, well, it's, and then the dude in the back was like, "It's only natural that we got 3 people, you got 2 people, so we gonna need them seats." And then you know, Boruto got up, man, you know, got mad and everything. He was like, "We got a 3rd person. He's just not here yet." And then they was out here, you know, talking smack, saying like, "You can't be a ninja if you're that slow, etc., etc." And it's like they're just eating, like, you know what I'm saying? So then, what was it? I'm trying to remember correctly. So Mitsuki shows up, or Mitsuki. Somebody says his name's like not Mitsuki, it's like Mitsuki, something like that. Anyways, he shows up and like he stretches his arm across the room and puts it on the dude's shoulder. And so the Cloud Ninja's just like, "Yo, like, who are you?" And he was like, "You know, I'm their 3rd member, what's good?" And so, you know, he walks over there, and then Boruto was just like, "You know, our 3rd member's here, so I'm gonna need you to, you know, back up. I'm gonna need you to move around." Then Shinki, I believe his name's Shinki, who is Gaara's adopted son, he starts like flowing black sand everywhere. Like, right, so everybody's looking around, they see the black sand, and then he grabs them. He grabs Boruto and then the Cloud dude. I don't know his name yet. I forgot his name, if they told it. But anyways, he grabs them, pulls them apart, and he was just like, "What's the point in fighting here? Like, what reason do you have to fight here?" And so then Sarada, you know, with her, you know, smart comment was like, "Our 3rd member's here, so can you find another table or whatever?" You know, just being slick. And so then the dude was like, "Whatever, we'll leave." And you know, they say thank you to Shinki or whatever, and then he was just, they were like, "That's just how Shinki is." Then he leaves. Now, one thing I want to note is like this episode, like the tension and everything that was going on, like right before the Chunin exams, I loved it. Like it was, I feel like it's a really good episode. I loved it. One thing I do love in particular though, Shinki's whole cloak, like his whole, I don't know, poncho, robe, cloak, his pullover, whatever you want to call it, is literally all black sand. Like, you know how Gaara, like, he had the sand armor, like his whole body was covered in sand, but like you couldn't tell until you cracked it. Shinki's whole entire robe or cloak or whatever it is black sand, which is really, really cool to me. I believe he has a magnet release. You have to have like magnet release to use black sand, but whatever. Anyway, so you know that happens, and then they go to the Chunin site, because now it's time to go to the Chunin site. And Shikamaru is just like, yeah, this is the test. This is what you guys are going to be doing, yada, yada, yada. And then Sai comes up, and he starts telling them, hey, this is going to be a true or false quiz, but you have to make it to this place in order to do the quiz. So it's like, you got to run a certain distance, and then you can do it. Now he was like, you have to make it there in a certain amount of time, and yada yada yada. He put the clock up. The clock, he said you had an hour to make it or something like that. But the clock was going so fast. Yo, there's no way that was an hour. It was like 30 minutes. So you know, everybody starts rushing out. They don't wait for the explanation. They just start leaving. And then Shikamaru's just like, you know what I'm saying? You telling them the instructions was a trap. And it was like, if, he was just saying, if you would have finished your instructions, like if they would have waited for you to finish your instructions, it would have been too late. They would have lost. So I thought that was pretty cool. It was just a small thing they did. Whereas in the manga, the site that they were at was the true or false quiz. They didn't do any like, you know, race to get there or whatever. So, you know, they get there to the place, and then it's the same thing that was in the manga, where it was just like in the 5th installment of the military ninja book, you know, here's this riddle, blah 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 blah, true or false. Turns out the book wasn't real and there was no right answer. But Sarada asked Boruto, what do you think my father would pick? And he was like, why? And she was like, just answer. So he was like, I feel like Sasuke would choose false because he's not a straightforward kind of guy. And she was like, I thought so too. So she was like, I'm going to choose truth, because I'm not going to go down my dad's path. I'm going to be the Hokage. And she was like, are you guys going to go with me? They were like, sure. So they chose true. Shinki and his group chose false. And it shows like a little clip of them passing by each other. Because technically, if there was a true or false, one of those groups wouldn't have been in it. Now, if I was in that situation, I would have probably went with Shinki's group. Just because it's like, nigga, if I go down, at least I know you went down with me. But it's like, if you pass, I'm passing too. That's just how I would have did it, bruh. I would have went with Shinki's group. But anyways, so yeah. So after that, he's like, the right answer is, and then it has true and false on the screen, and then the ground below them gets destroyed. Everybody falls. Because his instructions, Sai's instructions about the true or false was, those that turn black will fail. Now, at the bottom of the pits, it was ink. The pits were connected too. Like, Boruto's group could see Shinki's group once they fail. So, yeah. There's ink at the bottom, and a lot of people are falling in and stuff. Sarada realizes what Sai was saying, and then she's like, Mitsuki. Mitsuki grabs the top, he grabs Sarada. Sarada throws a kunai with a string on it at Boruto, so they stay out of the ink. Then I think it was cool that Awabi used his Earth style. Shikada used his Shadow Possession. Everybody used their stuff. You had Shinki, he was flying with the black sand. And then you had the Cloud Ninja used the main dude's bubbles to float above, you know, the thing. So I feel like that was pretty cool that they, you know, did that. But anyways, so then, you know, Sai comes up, and he was like, those that just accepted that they failed and went into the ink don't need to be Chunins. You know, as soon as you saw what happened, instead of just looking at the ink and being like, oh, I failed, you should have looked at your surroundings, you should have evaluated the situation, and then you had to pay attention to what he said, because he said those that turn black will fail. So if you didn't turn black or get in the ink, you didn't fail. So you know, you had to do all of those things and stay out of the ink to pass. That's what you as a Chunin should have did, or that's what he was saying. So you know, once they get out, the Cloud Ninja are just like, Boruto, you couldn't do anything without your teammates. If they weren't there, you would have lost. That's what they were like. He was talking smack or whatever. And then Shinky stared at Boruto for like the second or third time, and they were like, "Hey Shinky, what's up?" And he was like, "Nothing." Turns around. So it's like, I feel like Shinky's kind of eyeing out Boruto, seeing what's up, because you got to understand, Shinky is the son of Gaara and Boruto's the son of Naruto, which are both Kages. So it's like they kind of have that relationship there going for them. But then after that, they're just like, the next series will be, the next part of the Chunin exams will be like 3 days. You know, you need to rest, train, prepare, etc., etc. You need to do these things. And then Shikamaru was like, hey, you know, your son passed. You should talk to him. Give him a word. You know, say something. So Naruto sends an email to Boruto. Boruto sees it. Boruto's about to delete it, and then he saves it. And, you know, that's about the end of the episode. Now, overall, I think the episode was a really good episode. I like the tension in the air that's going on. It reminded me of in Naruto how... you know, Neji was you know, Kiba lost to Naruto, and Neji was eyeing out Sasuke, and Rock Lee was eyeing out Sasuke, and Rock Lee wanted to beat Naruto. Rock Lee wanted to beat Neji, and Sasuke was like, Naruto, I want to fight you too. There was that tension in the air, and then Sasuke was, you know what I'm saying? I like that tension, and I felt that tension in this episode with, you know, them being at the eatery or the, you know, the place, and then like Boruto and the Cloud dude was going at it, and then my boy Shinky broke it up or whatever, and then everybody was smack talking just a little bit. I like that feeling. I like the episode. So I can't wait for episode 57. I'm sorry that this is late. I believe this comes out what is it? It goes out on like Thursdays, right? I'm pretty sure it goes out, the episodes come out on Thursdays, but you know, I made my day late because I forgot. But yeah, I'm gonna be having a couple of videos coming out, just talking about a little bit of different things. Probably a video about Shinky, video about the Cloud Ninja, video about Boruto, video about their generation as a whole. Because in my opinion, I feel like their generation is one of the best generations. Like, I think it's the best one. Shikamaru was talking about this is an elite group. I feel like their generation is broken. Because like Naruto's generation, you did have a couple of people, but for the most part, nobody was like super broken as a group. But I feel like everybody's group now is broken. Like Sarada, Mitsuki, Boruto, broken. Shinky's group, broken. I feel like everybody has their group that's broken in their own way. And I feel like that wasn't the same thing with Naruto. So it's pretty cool to see how they're going to develop. But anyways, that's going to be about it for this video. Be sure to give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Comment down below. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. And with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.